At the end of the day, welcome back. We're gonna try an experiment. I don't know how much that is coming across, but I don't want to turn it up too loud. Let's take it down a little. It'll be quiet, hopefully. Alright, so getting the Sony out of the way. This was here. This is done, but it's getting finishing touches. I don't know if you can tell. I really don't want to write on it too much. Can you see that though? Clean me. So we're going to go ahead and shut it down and just do the cleanup on it. We'll switch over to the Sony. So once it starts up, we'll find out what this thing is. I'm actually surprised that it's still running. We're trying to get a couple things done here. I need going, we have Windows updates going, we have an install going, and we got a physical cleanup. All going at the same time. I wish I knew how loud that was music coming across. We'll find out. I know where the volume is now, so. Next, do your thing. Let's go ahead and shut it down. What are we working with here? Satellite L745-S4310. This is an old piece of hardware. Impressive that it's still running. We're going to do a quick teardown and rebuild and then get out of here for the day. We've got quite a few things happening, but it's all pretty much automated. Just for reference, we're on what, DDR4 in today's computers? We're at least on DDR3, so maybe not as old as I thought. That's a 7 product key, so let's continue with this teardown. Try that. Maybe that'll work. Of course, it can't find supported channels. Go to the dashboard. Gotta get the restream channels to kick in. There they are. They're all back. Nice. Look at the thickness on that thing. That's so thin. I don't even know what I would do. I think this is, what is this thing, like a 12.5, 13 inch? Something like that. Oh, bet you it's got a trim plate. Let's pop that out of there. It's been a while since I've seen one that had a trim plate like that. We may have to release that trim plate with these two screws here. I think it might actually hold that in. Yep, lots better. Okay. Oh boy, we're leashed in. Give me a second. Actually, for the music, I had to leash in with a headphone jack. Give me one moment. Alright, that should do it. We got a broom. Any difference yet? All the dust is out of the cracks. Now we're actually going to clean the surface of the keyboard. What fun. Okay. Let's continue. What is that? Rust? How do you get rust on? Do you have this? Do you have something setting on this computer? Tolls? What was it? Just admit it. Poor little Toshiba. Did somebody abuse you? Well, don't tell me about it. I'm not the proper authority. Tell me you got more than 2 screws in there. Or 1, I meant. Tell me there's 2. Would seem to not be the case. Alright, finally, let's tear this thing down. Do you see that look on here? Like that, the goofiness on the green and I will find a way to get rid of that, the aberration. %91 on updates. Threat scan, you're lying. But hey. Some of these are likely to cut the hinge loose. Hopefully there's some more inside holding it there. We don't want to do damage trying to do good, if that makes sense. We don't want to break anything because it has a poor hinge mounting design while we're trying to open it up to actually clean it. Alright, a few screws, I think 4 or 5. And we should be in. We'll do what? New paste, clean the old off, and reassemble this thing. Unclog the fan if it's clogged. Alright, so right there we have 2 different size screws. From here to these 2 are different. 5, 5, 3, 5. So 1. Boy, we're getting questions. Questions while we're live. Not from anybody out there, but none of you, but still, computer quality. We got to replace the screen is what we're being asked about on, I think, possibly a Razer computer. How important are you? You gonna curse this little screw? So we got 2 3s, 3, 4, 5, 5 5s and 2 3s. And we don't know about the, not even sure what that is yet, but let's find out if we gotta pull it now or later. What do you know? We left one in there. Wow. Okay. That. Alright, let's close down this installer because it's not going to boot to it. Yes. Cancel the installation. Computer, you can restart, do what you're doing. We've got quite the collection of fuzz going on inside this thing. Plus there's quite a bit, I mean that's lifted up a bit, but there's some dust under there for sure. It redusted the screen, just opening it, so we're going to brush it off. And continue with the tear down here. Alright, I don't think, nope, we don't need to pull that. We can just get away with this side here, possibly. Surely there's more than 2 screws holding this in, but let's pull them out and check. Alright, one on the fan. I know that's loud. Actually, why do it there when we can do it there? Alright, little Toshiba, I'm not seeing what you're stuck on. Haha. A piece of tape. Very well. I was almost beaten by a piece of tape. What a glorious day that would be. Alright, let's flip this over and remove the DC jack. That's what's keeping us in there now. Wi-Fi wires, we'll pull those while we're at it. And clean this fan and reassemble. We just can't do it. What are you focusing on? All right. Where are we at? Alright, I'm going to pull the heatsink here. We can't really clean the fan out even though we unscrewed this plate for it. This plate is attached pretty good to the heat pipe and the fins. So what we're going to do when we pull the whole awesome exhaust, when we pull the whole assembly, the fan's unscrewed so it should stay behind. Not dry, but not making contact. Let me see if I can show you that. Can you see the gaps where there was some press between the CPU die? Between the CPU die down here and then between the plate. You can see where that was making contact here on this edge and across the middle a little, but the rest where it's blank, no contact whatsoever. We're going to clean that and proceed. Alright, 8 threads, clean and repair, clean and restart now. Taking a bit longer than they expected, still getting ready. Cortana should jump in and interrupt us like out of the blue at any point. Alright, so our fan's attached there too. Nice. Here, we actually open it up live on camera for a change. You can see, well, if it wouldn't be blurry, you can see that it's not completely blocked, but it's on the way to being blocked up. You can definitely use a good cleaning, get the fan cleaned out. Where are you still attached? Ah, one piece of plastic, okay. Right there. That will let us clean it fairly good. We'll screw that back together and be on our way. A little bit different. Let's take care of that. Alright, so not completely dry. There was a bit of goopiness left to it, but still, anytime you remove it, I mean, I never reuse it. I have when I've been out, but really try not to. Don't be cheap. Just buy a tube of thermal compound. Keep it around if you're going to be getting into it. You're getting into doing stuff. That's cleaned up. Let's give it a quick swab. We missed some. Alright, whenever we open this up, and this is going to be hard to see, but we'll try. We'll really try. Whenever you open these up, some fans have this little extra support brace here. If it'll focus there. And then you can see that it has the top of it, but then there's that peg that was going through the hole. And I think, well, what that does, we cut just the very top of that off where it had been melted after the top of this little peg part where it had stuck through the metal for the fan mount. Whenever doing that, I do take a blade and shave off a millimeter or two. Not very much, just enough to let that peg have a little bit of height to it. And then when we put it back together, we will have something sticking up through the hole for it to we can hit that with a soldering iron and melt it, and it will melt back down. It's not up super high, but it doesn't need to be. It's not like we cut a whole inch or something off of it. Alright, perfect. Let's go ahead and get the fan together, do the thermal compound, and continue on. Oh, no, you're not.
A little sign in here, a touch of Wi-Fi there, and we'll have your piece.
Good to know. Is this ever going to be perfect again and stick 100% like the factory? No. A little dust did get on there, but when you put it back down and get it installed back into the machine, and when it's sitting where it's supposed to with something against it, if you have new plastic tape like this, go ahead and use it. We don't carry it. Not enough situations where we found to use it. However, there it is. It's about as stuck as it's going to get, and the heat that the fan deals with should keep it sealed fairly well. Opinion from experience, not 100% end all be all, of course. Alright, I have to unleash for a moment and go to get the thermal compound. Why do the channels keep dying? What the hell is the problem? Restream. Did we not pay you? Did something happen? Did you not get your money? You're not liking me, Restream. What's the deal? It springs them back to life for a bit when I flip the channels on and off with Restream, but hey. To the little bit of water that forms in the end of your thermal compound. Of course it's stretched. Why wouldn't you? Always double check your fan. Make sure you are taking care to plug that back in. You don't want to get the laptop back together to have a fan error. Even though I say it and remind myself all the time, I've done it countless times. Countless. Seriously. Right, what else do we do to this thing that we gotta undo now? Ah, that's right, we tore it apart. This is great content. You know it is. You like it? Let's go back up here. Alright, so we'll do take care. We'll tuck our Wi-Fi wires down so we hopefully don't have a run-in with those, and the motherboard, tuck them under. We know we have a DC jack and this to watch out for, one ribbon cable, and our display. Other than that, it's a fairly clean teardown with it coming apart. Oh yeah, and the main key to the whole puzzle, this piece of tape right here. Let's make sure to fasten that back down. That's, after all, why I couldn't get it apart. Do I have incoming, or is this for the neighbor? We'll find out. Alright, tape is in. Not holding very well, but it's in there. Where do we go from here? We got this, that, the fan, and what else? What is it? Top lid? Or top case? The palm rest. Alright, that should do it. Let's get this assembly going. Mostly a couple loose ribbon cables and connectors, and I think after that we're about done. Want a keyboard there. 2 3s and 5 5s. Let's go for it. We will come back to the keyboard aspect of it. DC jack in. Let's get our Wi-Fi wires. All the ones for the bottom, and then what else do we have? We have the optical drive. Let's put it in while we're here. We do have one small screw under the optical drive, which would be this one. Is it dying? It is. I think the batteries are dying on the mic. I actually caught it that time, or just something freaked out. Out of range without being out of range, you know? What did we take out of this thing? I'm looking for a moment. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. There were 3 screws over here that weren't accounted for, basically. One, 2, and 3. Those are for the keyboard. Those are for the latch, so the rest go in. You gotta think. Gotta think sometimes. Or don't. It is, oh yes, it's about bedtime for the kiddos. Gonna go catch up with them shortly. So let's get this reassembly going and see if it looks any different. Runs any different, any cooler than before. Did you go away, music? You left? You left me here? Inevitably, I knew it was coming. What else? What are we missing here? Got the Wi-Fi, got the DC jack, the RAM, the optical. Basically, we got doors, a battery, and a latch. So let's attach this keyboard, flip it back over, and put the latch on, or the little trim plate. Alright, 3 screws for the keyboard. Wake up, computer. Oh, there goes the mic. It's dying. I can't even turn away from it. Like if I turn away from the receiver just a little, it wants to leave. Who are you? Alright, so apparently the music went away. As we wrap this physical cleanup up, not something I normally do, but something that was on the list nonetheless, so I decided to put it out there. If somebody out there happens to have a Toshiba Satellite L745-S4310, that's how you tear it down. And one more time, since we got the majority of the crud off the screen, we'll actually hit it with our screen cleaner. Funny enough, they've never yet to this day peeled the plastic from their webcam. It's still there, so we're gonna leave it. It's not our plastic to peel. How dare you think that? Peeling somebody's plastic, that would never make great content. You're just guessing. Alright, perfect, far from it. Cleaner? Much clean. Much clean. I'm definitely going to call it much clean. So, there you have it. Satellite L745S4310. Cleaned up. Ready to go back to its owner. We will at least boot it up. Make sure we connected everything as you need to anytime you tear something down. Is this where it catches on fire? No faith. No faith. Gotta believe more than that. Come on. Alright, so far so good. We have much windows. Much windows. That screen just, yeah, it's got some smears on it, but overall that's just a different screen. I can't write on it now. I mean, maybe with Windex I could put some wet letters on there that'll evaporate, or alcohol. Some glass cleaner. So far so good. Mouse cursor works. We can hit it and turn it off, hit it and turn it back on. So working like it should. And the question, is it going to log in? Not a ultra fast computer by any means, but still a very usable computer. It is running Windows 10. It came with 7 DDR3, capable enough. AMD, I'm not sure what series processor. We could take a look. It's got to be, I think it's a 12.5 or 13-inch model, something like that. Microphone, don't leave. Alright, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 4. 4 out of 4 that was being worked on. Back up to snuff. Anyhow, let's, alright, we'll check back on this one quick. It should be booting into the desktop soon. We have a Lenovo. I'm going to take a minute and say don't forget about, almost missed that, the giveaway. Giving away 2 computers. It is on the DT Facebook page, DT Computers and Electronics. It's a post titled Fall Giveaway pinned at the top. People getting work done, their name gets entered into the drawing for the 2 computer giveaway. If you like and share the post on Facebook, on social media, get it out there, share it, tweet it. I don't know that I could get all the tweets back. I possibly could. Just Facebook. Stick to that. Anybody that likes and shares the post about the giveaway, we are giving away a $50 gift card of the winner's choice. Whatever they want it for, they got it. We're in Windows, that works. I think this person should be a little happier that it's cleaner anyhow. It just came for a cleanup, but then again, it got dirty. Who knows how? It is cleaner. Updates are done. Over here, you can't see it. Cleanup is about done. And the install behind me is being set up. So, I'm wrapping. That's it for tonight. Thank you for coming over, hanging out, getting your hands dirty. Go like and share that post on Facebook. If you want some work done, you have a chance at winning a laptop or a desktop. Anyhow, thanks for watching. If this is what you do it, like it, share it, spread it, get it out there, show people how to do it. Have a good evening, morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's one of those. I will see you tomorrow with something. Thank you.